the assignment I gave you yesterday, and I'd hoped to be back today, but unfortunately, due to airline, I am stuck in Iceland for another day. I should return to school tomorrow, should be fine, just in time for a moderately fun Friday, of course. But I thought I'd walk you through the assignment from yesterday, hopefully make things a little easier for you to understand. So, back to where we were before, I'll just quickly reiterate what the last lesson was part of. I'm working on a Chromebook today, which is all I have here. It's not quite the same as your Windows computer that you're using at school, but it's pretty close. And the differences are few, and I'll try and explain them when I come through. First off, I'm not using Notepad. I'm using the text app in Chrome, which just means it looks like this, and it has these numbers here. Nothing else changes. This is my sample web page, which we learned to do on Monday, or Friday actually. And if you'll notice, I've got tags that start and end with the HTML. I've got tags that start and end the head and start and end the title. I've made a title, which is what appears in the browser portion in that little tab up at the top. It says Mr. Wilson's sample page. And in the body, I've got some text that reads, "This is Mr. Wilson's sample page." So just like you will do on your Windows PC, I'm going to save it. It'll warn me that this page already exists, and I'm going to say that's okay. Save it over it again, and then when I go to my directory, because I've named it .html, the browser, which in this case is Chrome, but on your computer might be Microsoft Internet Explorer, it's fine, same difference as far as these simple web pages are concerned. When I open it, see, it opened my page. So up in the tab at the top, Mr. Wilson's sample page is there, and then in the body text, this is Mr. Wilson's sample page. So I'm going to do, I've closed things. Things are making strange things happen. I'm going to make some changes to my page. What I'm going to do, I've cut you in on a secret already. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some text afterwards. So I'm going to say test, test, test. So I pressed return each time. It seems to have put a tab in. I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to look at it in the browser, and you'll see that even though my code, which is over here, specifies, I've got enters. I pressed enter here and text appeared on the next line. I pressed enter here and text appeared on the next line. I pressed enter here and text appeared on the next line. It didn't do that in the browser. That's because the browser does not see the enter key. There's no tag. So I need to put in a tag so that the browser knows to press enter at the end of the line. So the tag that I use is BR, stands for break, means line break. And it's the equivalent of pressing enter at the end of the line for the code in HTML, so that the browser knows that you mean to press enter at the end of each line. So here I've done this. I'm going to save my page. It's okay to save over the last thing. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to reload it. Now I can do that two ways. I can just double click on it and it will open a new page, or I can go back to my browser and I can press the refresh button. There we go. So it pressed enter at the end of each line. That's awesome. We figured that out. Let's figure something else out here. So I'm going to close these other pages, which have been opening every time I double click on it. I'm going to go back, and instead of a break, I'm going to insert a paragraph break, which is bigger. So you should see a bigger space. It's like the beginning of a new paragraph when you're typing an essay. Each single paragraph might have a single break, but then, or each single line might have a single break, but if you make a new paragraph, you might want more space. So I'm going to save it. It's okay to save over the other thing. Then I'm going to go back to my browser, and I'm going to press refresh, and look, it appeared, and it's bigger, like the space in between is bigger. So, we learned a couple of things. Let's learn something else. I want to teach you the most important thing about the internet, and that is the hyperlink. A hyperlink is the defining feature of the internet. It lets you have hypertext, which lets you click on other things. So I'm going to make a new line of code down here that creates something called an anchor. So and it's a hypertext reference anchor, which just means it's another web page, right? So href equals, and I'm going to say www.google.com. It could be any valid hypertext reference. If there's a page on the internet you want to link to, you can link it this way. So I'm going to make my href, and then I'm going to give it some text, which is the anchor. That's what the anchor means. It's something you can click on. It's a hypertext reference. And I'm going to say, click here to go to Google. And then I'm going to close the anchor tag with /a. Okay, save this. And I'm going to go refresh my page. So go back to my browser, refresh the page, and I have made, see that blue text with the line underneath it? That's a hyperlink. That's the most important thing that you can do in, and I click on it. Oh, it did not go to Google. Why did it not go to Google? Something's wrong. I must look and see what I've done with my code to make that wrong. ahref equals www.google.com. Has it got to be in quotes? I'm going to save it. Save. And now I'm going to reload my page. And when I click on it, it did not go to Google. Why not? It's making me angry. Okay, I think maybe I have to put in the whole thing. http://www.google.com. That's what I got to do. Save it. I would record a new video, but I'm stealing some time in a hotel boardroom, and they're going to make me leave soon. So you get my mistakes and everything. Go back here, reload my page. It says click here to go to Google, and I go to Google. Look at that. So just to reiterate, you need to put your hypertext reference in, and you have to put http:// before your hypertext reference, but whatever page it is you want to go to. And then click here to go to Google, and then I closed my hypertext reference or my anchor with /a. So here's the closing tag, and here's the opening tag right there. And whatever I put in between is what you see on the page. So I'm going to say special secret web page. Okay, and now I'm going to save it over top of the other one, and I'm going to reload my page, and you'll see that the text should change. So go back here, reload it. Look, special secret web page. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, and this is the last thing for html2's lesson, is to teach you how to make a reference to a different point in the text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, at the very beginning of my page, an anchor. So I'm going to say a equals, and I'm going to put the number sign, or that thing you call the hashtag, here. So a equals hashtag top. And then down further, well, where this is, instead of href equaling http google.com, I'm going to tell it to go to the anchor at the top. And instead of saying special secret web page, I'm going to say click to go to the top. I'm going to save this. And then I'm going to reload it here. It says click to go to the top. I click on it, it takes me somewhere, but I don't know where, because I don't have enough lines in between for it to actually go off the screen for there to be a top. So how could I fix that so that I can have enough lines? I could put enough content on my page, or I could put 1,000,000 paragraph breaks. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a whole mess of paragraph breaks, right? I'm just going to copy it, and then I'm going to put paragraph breaks. Enough to take us down off of the page, right? So it'll scroll off to the top. This would normally be content, not just breaks, but I'm going to do this just to show you how it works. So I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to go here and reload my page. Why did it not do that? Let's have a look. What have I done wrong? No, it should absolutely do it. Mr. Wilson sample page and 1,000,000 paragraph breaks. And we'll say end, just to give it some text to show us. Save it. Okay. And then we will go here and reload our page. Why isn't it showing me the paragraph breaks? Maybe there needs to be something in between them. It is not behaving as I would expect it to. So I'm just going to print a bunch of letters between the paragraph breaks and see if that does something for us. Okay, now I'm going to save it, replace it, and go back. Part of the problem is that I am using a Chromebook. Okay, there we go. So if I click here to go to the top, it would go to the top if I were off the page. So let me put in some more junk text so that we can actually scroll off the page. All right, so apparently it needs to have something in between the paragraphs. I'm just putting random letters, just so that we can get off the page at the bottom so you can see how click to top works. Just put a bunch of letters in between the paragraph breaks, save it, replace it, go back to the browser, refresh it, there we go. So click to go to the top has scrolled off to the bottom. I press click to go to the top, and it goes back to the top. That's all there is to it. Normally I wouldn't have like random letters here. This would be the content of my page, and you would only need a link to take you back to the top when you had enough text to take you off the bottom of the page. So if you go to Wikipedia or someplace that has a lot of text, you'll see these hypertext references. One of the things Wikipedia does is put a table of contents at the beginning. You can put these anchors anywhere in your text. You don't have to go back to the top. You can go down to the bottom. You can go halfway. So in Wikipedia, it'll have a clickable link at the top that will say, if you're looking at somebody's biography, it'll say early years, career, and you can click on the anchor at the top and it will take you to that portion on the same page. So just to refresh, we have loaded or we've written a web page. We have figured out how to put a hyperlink in that will take us to a different web page, and we figured out how to put a hyperlink in that will take us to the same place on the same page. I hope that's helpful. The HTML2 document, if you're having a lot of trouble, work on something else today for another class, and I'll come back and I will help you tomorrow. I hope this video has been some use, and I hope my flight is smooth, and I'll see you in the morning. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.